Hey everybody, welcome to another Monday. It's your friend Ryan Rolfe with the Dsmsold team at Keller Williams Legacy Group here in Des Moines and Central Iowa. That means it's time for Monday Market Update. Let's talk about what is happening in the real estate world. We are finishing out July this week. Crazy to think that July is coming to end, and yet here we are. So let's talk about what we're looking at going into the beginning of August. So right now, we're headed towards the Iowa State Fair. So that's 10 days at the first part of August. That there's a lot of excitement around that. It feels like the world almost stops a little bit in Iowa, at least the real estate world, during the state fair. That tends to be a slower time for us. And then we're also starting to get into that back to school season. I know it's hard to think about that because it feels like summer just started. And yet back to school season will be here before we know it. So don't be surprised if things slow down a little bit in the real estate space. Really from now until we get into right after Labor Day. That tends to be when we see another uptick and another kind of push in people looking to buy and sell before the end of the year. So usually sometime mid-September to mid-November, those are another couple of months that tend to be fairly busy. Again, all of that is relative to what's happening in the market, what interest rates are, so on and so forth. Interest rates have remained fairly steady. I've seen some lenders advertising FHA and VA rates as low as 5.875, and then others are above that, and there's ways that you can get that rate as well with buy downs and different things. So if you're interested in buying and curious how you can get that rate, again, a lot of that from the lenders is based on a specific credit score, a specific purchase price, loan amount, and yet we can chat through what your options are if you're looking to buy and how we might be able to utilize a buy down to make your payment lower versus just paying less, a little bit less for a house, right? Because you're going to save more in the 2 or 3 years that you have that buy down than you would if you got the house for $5 or $10 or $15,000 less, just because of how much you save with that. Each $1,000 is about $7 in payment. Each $1,000 finance is about $7 in payment. So happy to chat with you more about that. Some interesting market information, some things that you may already be aware of. If you're watching the market, we're definitely seeing more price reductions this year, and those are being fairly consistent. Part of that is to keep inventory fresh. So homes that have been sitting for a little bit, maybe priced a little bit too high or just haven't gotten the traffic that they want every couple of weeks, or if there's not any showings, or if 10 showings, no offers, that's where we recommend reducing the price by $5,000 or $10,000. Again, a lot of that is price point specific. The higher prices, you may have to go a little bit higher than that in price reduction. Overall, if you're looking at the market in total, we're at about 3.3 months of inventory. So the National Association of Realtors would still call that a seller's market. 1 to 4 months is a seller's market. 4 to 6 months is an even market, and 6 months on up is a buyer's market. So we're getting closer to that even market. We still aren't quite there. So the lower you go in price, the less inventory there is. So if we broke that down by different areas, you would see that, some areas are still very much in a high demand seller's market, while others are very close to that even market. Some may even be in even market for their price point. So with that all said, here's what we saw this weekend. 141 new homes came on the market. 117 homes went into pending or under contract status, and 167 homes sold and closed. So that's staying fairly consistent. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see that go down a little bit as we get into the state fair season. And yet people are still buying and selling homes at this time of year. It just might be a little bit slower. The sales pace is a little bit slower. That's also why we're tending to see more inventory overall on the market. So if you've got questions about what this means for you, if you're buying or selling, feel free to reach out. Always happy to answer those questions and would love to connect with you. Have an amazing week, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.